question online. Somebody asked me actually a couple people asked me about my front headlock offense. I really like guillotines. I've learned from Carl Pravic years ago, Silver Fox, through his fluid BJJ instructional and his guillotine instructional. You can find at BJJ Fanatics, just talking to him directly. You want to chain your guillotine along with a darce and an anaconda. You want multiple thread options from your front headlock. So I'm going to have Matt get down in turtle right here, and I'm going to be in a front headlock. What I'm going to start with is my first go-to is my arm in guillotine. So I want my hand coming around his neck right here, and I'm going to have my control hand coming behind his arm, and I'm going to grab my wrist. I prefer my pointer finger, my index finger, middle finger, right on my wrist, and my ring finger and my pinky finger on my hand, on the meat of my hand right here for arm in here. So I'm going to drive into him and pick him up. He's not going to fall over. He's going to come up, and I'm going to sit back and get to close guard. And now I want to turn my choking hand elbow down to my hip, and I'm going to pull up while crunching my guard in. I'm going to pull my knees into my chest, and I get to tap really quick. Now, that's a really good option right there. But if he's going to key in right on my hands, I'm going to have to adjust to something else. So this is where I was talking about with Carl talks about this, John Danaher talks about this a lot, Gary Tana talks about this a lot on our team, and I've also learned it from our coaches at South PGH, Warren, and Mike Wilkins is big on this as well, is I can go to a anaconda or a darce depending on which hand they're grabbing. All right, so maybe they're grabbing my choking hand a lot, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my control hand to pull my choking hand through until I can get the knuckles of my choking hand on the back of their lap, so we're going to spin around, just right here like this, all right? And from here, I can slide up almost to a bicep grip, and what I'll do is I'm going to roll towards that elbow, tucking my head opposite so I don't face plant. Roll through over top, and then I'm going to come down, and I get the tap. If I can't get the tap, I can hook his leg right here and really make it tight. All right? One last option, we're going to spin back around the other way. If maybe he's getting the other hand, I'm gonna roll my wrist. So I'm gonna take my choking hand that's being controlled by my control hand and roll my wrist inside. And I'll show you right here. My choking hand, I'm gonna roll my wrist, and then my choking hand becomes my control hand. And this could be a darce. I actually learned this one a couple years ago at a seminar after a Fight to Win event here in Pittsburgh. We had Edwin Najmi in for a seminar. He's under Hamaloba Hall out in California. Excellent adult black belt competitor, multiple time world champion at the colored belts, place finisher in adult black belt, and he has an amazing darce. So I learned this from him. I'm going to roll, and my choking hand becomes the control hand, and then I'm going to pull this hand coming from his armpit out to the neck. All right, and I want to get my shoulder underneath this armpit so it's deep enough here, because a lot of times with a darce, it's not deep enough. Now, I'm going to get a gable grip so I can tuck his head down and roll him onto his shoulder. And I'm going to keep driving my arm deep. I want to get my arm as deep as possible. Now I'm going to slide up to my bicep, and then I'm just going to make sure his arm that's in the darce is going down his neck. My arm is on the other side of his carotid, and I'm just going to sprawl down, and I get the tap. All right. So those are three basic submissions that I have from front headlock that I really like. I hope you like them. And if you have any questions, send them to me. Again, I'm a purple belt. This is what works for me. This is what I've learned from my black belt instructors that I've been learning from for years. And if you have any questions on those, talk to Carl Pravic. He has some great stuff. Gary Tonnen obviously has some great stuff. And all the students at South BJH, talk to all of our instructors here. We have great front headlock offense as well. Thank you.